listening to Cashin' Up with Big Wig LTD.
Apex.
Big Wig.
We be beastin', reps increasing. At Apex. We got lions pumping iron. At Apex. We some sharks hitting PRs. At Apex. Become more.
What up? It's the Whale Scale Big Wig, all about his business, you know what I'm saying? The Fat Cat, aka the Reno Ace. You know, we here, we at Apex Gym, you know what I'm saying? Apex Training, out here in Mill Street, Terminal Way, out here in Reno, Nevada. And my next guest, you know, he's a childhood friend of mine. Known this guy for 30 years, bro, 3 decades, you know what I'm saying? His experience in fitness is extensive, knowledge is vast, and he finally got his own gym, you know what I'm saying? About time, you know what I'm saying? And it's great. It's a great spot for like where community meets fitness, you know, where you can become more, you know what I'm saying? So today, I hope I let you get an inside look at the man behind the muscles, the coach with the most, Jeff Baker.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
for
it.
sure. Yeah, thanks for having me. You know, ever
Hell
since I got with you over here, dude, I've lost like, you know, I think at least like 30 pounds. You know, I'm like back up to my where I was at when I last was with you. You know, like 6 years ago. Like
the hiatus.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast that like muscle memory is like kind of a real thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
Comes
like,
back quick.
Like I heard that. You know, like boxers, like it'll take you like a while to get in shape that first time.
Right.
But if you do like get off for a while, and not that you would know about that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never been off of nothing.
I wouldn't know about that.
But like if you say you do fall off for like a year or two, you can get back in shape pretty quick.
Oh yeah, and especially depending on how long you were working out prior.
Yeah.
You know, if you put a lot of time into it, coming back is much easier.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But it kind of depends on the time in and the time out.
Right.
If you take a long time off, it's going to take a little bit longer to get back into it.
Right.
But that muscle memory is true.
Yeah.
And it's key. So.
Yeah.
Definitely doable.
Nice.
Yeah. You've shown it.
Yeah. Straight up. Straight up. I think this gym's pretty dope. What I like about it, I like the community aspect of it. It's like I never felt like judged or anything coming up in here, and it's always like super supportive. Like even people that I pull up to the classes. Even people that aren't here for the class, they see me trying to hit a PR or something, and they're like cheering me on. You know what I'm saying? Like push. You know, like I really like that. So like, what does it mean for the community to have your gym here?
I mean, that's the main reason why I started in this industry, in this business. I started off firstly just doing one-on-one just because I wanted to help people, and that kind of just grew over time. And I started kind of meeting some of my best friends in the gym, and that's where I kind of sparked the idea of creating a gym that was to bring people together.
Right.
I'm a relationship guy.
Yeah.
I'm all about building relationships with people.
Yeah.
Friendships, long-term, short-term. Everybody's in your life for a reason. So I'm all about bringing people together and kind of, it's almost like a big network,
Right,
and that's what I like about it is it's just people helping people live their best lives and live their best selves.
Nice. Were there any influences or experiences that shaped your journey into fitness?
I mean, I started playing sports as a young kid, so that was really when I started falling in love with fitness.
Yeah.
Because sports and fitness go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Started with football and all kind of the regular sports growing up.
Yeah.
But then after, I played college football for a little bit, and after that is when I started thinking, okay, maybe I want to teach fitness to other people.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually got my degree to teach PE in high school.
Yeah.
Got out of college, graduated, and that's when I kind of shifted to more of the personal trainer route, personal coach.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it was really just the youth sports. That's what got me involved, and ever since college, I just liked, I had a good time working out. I noticed that I met some of my best friends working out, so it was a very positive relationship.
Right.
Fitness and people.
Right.
So I just kind of went with it.
What was the college football experience like for you?
It was crazy. It was good. It was actually a crazy story. Me and my longtime best friend Brett, who lives in Vegas now, but our plan was Shout out Brett.
Shout out Brett.
Our plan was to play at UNR. We were coming out of high school, and it didn't work out. We were there for a semester. The coaches said we got there too late to kind of try out, because we were like, hey, we'll go try out for the football team. That's kind of how we thought it worked. Not so much at like D1 college, right?
Sure, yeah.
So the coach said, hey, you're a little bit too late. We already have our roster for next season, so come back. Stay here, work out, come back at this month. And we'll try it again.
Right.
So we stayed at UNR for a semester, worked out the whole time, and then went back. And turns out, it's like to be a walk-on, you actually have to be invited to be a walk-on, which we didn't know. Because that's not what we were told. So we basically
wasting our damn time.
Yeah, basically just wasted an entire semester.
Yeah.
So at that point, we went to Feather River, played a couple years there, and then I went to a small college in Kansas and finished out my college career.
Yeah.
And then that's where I got my degree.
Yeah.
And then it was fitness ever since, know.
Right.
Yeah. Football was over, it was time to transition, and now I've been doing coaching about as long as I was playing football, so it's kind of like
nice.
two halves of a whole.
So do you think that your style of training or whatever is heavily influenced by football conditioning and that style of weight training and stuff like that, or has it changed a lot?
It's definitely changed. It's definitely changed a lot, evolved over the years for sure. Football, I would say, more lended to the teamwork, camaraderie, and the community aspect of the gym that I like, that I'm trying to foster.
Right.
That probably started with football, because it is, in my opinion, the ultimate team sport.
Right.
Everybody has to be doing their job. Everybody is for their teammates. Everybody's for everybody else. Everybody has everybody's backs.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about football. So I brought that. I wanted to bring that with me to whatever I was doing. And really I found that once I started coaching groups, right? And now building an actual gym and being able to build a community, which in my mind is like one big team, right?
Right.
And when the team works together, the team's going to prosper. So.
Right. All right, so I wanted to ask you about starting this gym, Apex Training. It's like, one of my favorite places to be. What inspired you to take the leap and open your own gym?
Well, that was my original plan, but back in 2019, just didn't have the funds as a solo kind of person at that point. And it's hard to get a business loan if you don't have any kind of track record.
Yep.
You got to have a solid business plan, but I was kind of running out of time with the place I was at.
Yeah.
I told the owner of the gym I was at that I wanted to start doing group stuff. He said, no, I want to keep it kind of solo one-on-one training.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to kind of like look for other places to go. So then me and my partner at the time, Jason, we opened Stimulus.
Yeah.
And we were there. I was there for 4.5 years with him. And then I just wanted to keep growing the kind of group aspect, and I needed more kind of floor space, right?
Yeah.
Stimulus is more of a machine gym, a lot of machines there,
Right.
Great machines. But I wanted more open space. So
Right.
at that point, I was like, okay, well, if I want what I'm looking for, I'm going to have to kind of venture out and kind of do my own thing.
Right.
So that's what kind of sparked that decision. That was last year. Took a long time to get in here, but finally got in here. And perfect location, love the space. So
Yeah.
I'm super happy with it.
Yeah, like I've told you, man, like I really like seeing you. It's like in your element when you have like a big group.
Yeah.
And you're able to like, command the group, if you would, and be like, and like another thing that I really think you're like the best at, from my experience, is like how to communicate, how to do movements with technique and stuff like that. That's just like that shit's harder than you think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's hard to because I was trying to tell my baby mama one time like how to do a squat. I'm like, are you listening? Like you're not listening.
You're not listening at all.
So like just the way you can communicate effectively and like just point out like, yo, you're doing like you need to do this better. Like I always see you're always like, fixing people and stuff like that. And I'm always super thankful when you come up to me. I'm like, oh no, I'm doing something wrong. Or if you don't come up to me, I'm like, cool, must be doing it right.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, over the years, and any coach will tell you this, but over the years in the fitness industry, you just learn many different cues for cueing different types of movement, and
Right.
everybody's going to respond to a cue differently. So you have to have a bunch in your back pocket,
Right.
because if you use a cue and it's not really resonating with that person, maybe this other one will work. So you got to keep
Right.
playing different cues for different people to get them to kind of understand what you're trying to teach them. And then obviously the other half of that coin is being able to demonstrate so they can put the cue
Straight up.
with the movement, and they can kind of start having those wires connect in their brain.
Nice. I like because you do demonstrate and you'll be like, easy. It'll be a super complex movement. You're like, easy. It's like, yeah, right. For you, it's easy, right. So what were some of the biggest challenges you faced during the process of opening the gym?
Biggest challenges were finding a spot,
Wow.
because when you're looking for a commercial space,
Yeah.
you have all these kind of parameters you want to meet in mind. So you're continuing. You're looking at I looked at a bunch of different buildings, and some of them, maybe one of them didn't have high ceilings, which I was looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe the location was really far off the freeway, which I wasn't looking for. So you're constantly hunting for like the perfect spot, right?
Yeah.
But you also have a timeline. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you're hunting, but you also can't take too long to find something, or else that dream is going to die. You're going to run out of time and resources. So you got to make a decision at some point.
Yeah.
So luckily this came up, but they were just starting to like renovate it when I kind of got in here.
Nice.
So it took much longer than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you remember this. I signed the lease for this building in May of last year, and we didn't open until March of this year.
The end of March, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that just shows you like how long it took for
Almost
them
a
to
year,
complete
yeah.
the construction.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of snafus with the construction and like the communication with the landlords and the city.
Ah, yes.
And anything, most things with the city take a while, what I mean? Because it has to go through a bunch of red tape.
Right.
So it was super challenging getting in here. And that's why, but, I really like the space and I like the location. So I was like,
Yeah, fire.
I got to wait it out as long as I can.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So,
Yeah, I love the location. It's right off the freeway.
yeah, literally I could throw a rock and hit the freeway.
Yeah, straight up. And it's like 2 minutes from my recording studio, so
There you
it's
go.
like
It's perfect.
I'm
Well,
like,
I picked this spot for you.
right, of course, yeah, like of course, yeah. Like, how could you not? You know what I mean? What makes your gym unique from others in the area?
Location, very easy to get to, no matter where you are in town.
Yeah.
That's why I picked it, was because four corners of Reno.
Yeah.
This is kind of like dead center of the
it is.
city.
Yeah.
So that was unique. I think part of it is I'm trying to build a somewhat of a hybrid feel. I got some of the traditional cardio that you'd see at a Fitness Connection or whatever.
Yep.
I have some of the regular kind of weightlifting machines that we have back here, and we're still filling in this area.
Yeah.
So this area is not done yet.
Yeah.
So I wanted a space that was good for open gym, for people that just want to come and just do machines, kind of do their own thing, or people that want to join classes and get in the open space,
Right.
And get dirty with it, and it's also 24 hours, which I think is unique, so you can come
Love
get
that.
your fitness on whenever you want,
Yep. 3
You
a.m.
got a hankering at 3 a.m. for some dumbbell curls, come on in. And we,
Yep.
there's a lot of employees in the city that work weird hours and weird
Yeah.
shifts, and especially like Tesla, they get off at midnight or whatever. I have a
Right.
couple class members that work at Tesla.
Yeah.
You got Renown right there, nurses,
Yep.
doctors, they're getting off at weird hours.
Yep.
GSRs right there, they have some long shifts, I'm sure, where they're
Right.
getting off in the middle of the night. So just having an option for everybody, that's, you're going to be able to help the most people with that kind of mindset. So.
Straight up. Love that. I wanted to ask you about the gym's philosophy and approach. What is the gym's philosophy, and what values guide how you run it?
I mean, my philosophy, which I try to implement in the gym, would be leaning on your team, right? Leaning on your gym family.
Nice.
To make you your best self. I preach balance a lot.
Nice.
Meaning you have to have balance with training, with building relationships with your friends and your family and your teammates, and balance being able to let loose as well, being able to kind of relax. I really think that's really good for your mental health and stuff like that.
Underrated, yeah.
Yeah. Some people, you see them, they go, but then eventually, if they're only on the go button, eventually they break down.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to try to avoid is any kind of like relapses into old habits. You know, if you have good balance, you falling off the wagon is much less likely to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's like not a huge deal.
It's not
as big of a deal.
It's not as big of a deal.
If you have like a Big Mac or something, don't like kill yourself about it.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Exactly.
You have the balance, you're going good. Like the Big Mac one time isn't going to fuck off your whole life.
But you see people that, you know, sometimes they're dieting so hardcore when they do fall off the wagon, they eat like for 4 days straight and they're eating just whatever they can find, you know, and that can have, you know, very detrimental effects to the diet.
That's facts. Because now you're on a 4 day.
Well, and now mentally too, you know.
Yeah.
Now I just ruined 3 months of progress in 4 days.
Right.
Think about what the mentality is at that point.
Yeah.
Why even go on? Exactly. Why,
Yeah.
you know, I might as well just keep on
been
going.
there. I remember. So like when I did fall off with you, I wasn't getting a lot of sleep. I was doing the paper route or whatever.
Right.
It was just not working out. And like I was trying to eat healthy and all that shit, and at home I was getting a lot of pushback from my family, you know. And I still remember the way I looked at my baby mama. I'm like, oh, word, fuck it then. Let's fucking eat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's eat ice cream and all that shit.
I'm
Let's
ordering a
go get
large
some
pizza
fucking
right now.
Yeah, dude. I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm falling off all the way. And I looked at her. I was like, fuck it, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And I just went, woo.
You went way off the cliff,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. You saw me. I was like, got back up to like 266 or something, 270.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And it happens quick too, quicker than you think.
Yeah. And
Weight just piles on.
Yeah, and it's like, don't care. But yeah, got to the point where I was just like, nah. Especially like with your location being right here too, it really inspired me to be like, dude.
Well, now you got no excuses,
You
right?
don't have any
You have
excuses.
zero excuses.
You're like, it's right here, bro.
You can
can't-
walk here if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
straight up. So that's cool. How do you approach training and client fitness goals? Because you still do one-on-ones and stuff too.
Yes, but very rarely. I only have a handful of one-on-one clients still, just because it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And with me being a one-man show and having to deal with all the business aspects as well, classes take up enough of my mental space. So in terms of like group, in terms of group training, we're about to start implementing a 3-phase like per year, like 3 macro cycle process per year.
Nice.
That's going to start in January.
Oh, shit.
Where we're going to be testing specific things prior, and then we're going to have a nice long 16-week kind of macro cycle working on those things, and then we'll have a week at the end where we test out basically, right?
Yeah.
And the cycle includes 3 phases, right? Phase 1 is going to be kind of joint health, so you're going to get a lot of like isometric holds, a lot of like slow tempo stuff. Nice. Phase 2 is when we get into like movement endurance, where you're kind of getting some high rep, low weight, blood flow type.
Right.
And then phase 3, we're working on strength building, and we're ending with max power and stuff, because that's what we're going to test out. Whatever lifts we were doing.
Nice.
You want to be at your peak at the end of that cycle.
Nice.
And that's kind of called periodization for those that don't know what that is. That's basically taking an athlete and taking them through basically a season of fitness, a season of working out, so they can peak at the right time, right?
Right.
Any professional athlete, you'll see if they look at their kind of routine, because they have a set season every year, their workout routine will look like this up into the season, right?
Right.
So their phase 1. Let's talk about football. Football starts in the fall, right? So their kind of phase 1 would be like early summer, spring. That's when they're getting in and they're getting their body healthy again. They're getting their joints healthy again. Yeah. And then through the summer, that's when they're going to ramp up and eventually peak right when season hits. And then when season hits, they're trying to maintain now, right? They're at their peak physical condition. Right. Now it's about, can I stay healthy? Right. Yes. So it's like that with any sport. And because for most kind of CrossFit athletes, there is no like set season, unless you're an actual like games athlete, semifinals athlete, then there is. But for most people, we're just peaking over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
We're
season
peaking,
of life.
Resetting, exactly. Right. Because most people aren't going to the CrossFit Games, But those CrossFit Games athletes, they'll have a similar, just like a football player would. Right. Similar style of periodization to lead up to the games.
Right.
So.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how I approach it.
Nice. I love that. What kind of community are you hoping to build with the gym?
People that care about each other. That's first and
Nice.
foremost.
Nice.
Yeah. I want, and those are the kind of people that I want in here. You know.
Right.
I want people that are willing to, you know, give you the shirt off my back if you need it.
Right.
And how you build that is, you know, a lot of people call it mutual suffering, but you know, working out together really builds that, because you're going through hard times, right?
Yes.
Quote unquote, with the people that are around you, and you start building that bond, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the kind of community that I want. I want people that they end up being friends for life, even if they move away. You know, my 530 buddies, they moved away. I still communicate with them.
Yeah.
You know, we had a couple members move away recently.
I see that,
all the way East Coast, right?
Right.
We still talk to them, still communicate with them. We're still,
Nice.
you know, we're still saying, hey, when you come back to town, you know where to go. You know.
Yeah, totally.
So it's just about building lifelong relationships that are just rock solid, and they won't, you know, they won't crack.
Nice.
So that's the
Yeah,
goal.
I love my. I've kind of fell in with the 4:45 crew, maybe
Yep.
the 6 p.m. sometimes, but
Yep.
you know, those are kind of sometimes interchangeable a little bit.
Yeah.
So I really do. I feel that too, and it'll really push me to like, well, Larry's going hard, so damn, I guess I ain't gonna just be a bitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I gotta go try hard. You know.
Which is good to an extent, but you also have to listen to your body. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
You can't be like, oh, Larry's going hard, my shoulder's jacked up, but Larry's going hard, so I'm gonna go hard anyway.
Right.
You don't want it to get to that level, but the biggest thing is having that accountability. Like you know the people that you care about are showing up.
Yep.
And that's going to make you more likely to show up.
Yep.
And showing up is half the battle.
Oh,
Probably
man.
more than half the battle.
Straight up. Yeah, because even just like you said, like sometimes if, say you're just not feeling it that day, you can take a low volume day.
Exactly.
Or just like, don't
scale
go so
everything.
hard. Yeah,
exactly.
straight up.
And that's the good thing I like about these types of workouts is everything is infinitely scalable to any level, right?
Yep.
So no matter how you feel, how bad you feel, we can scale it all the way down to just straight blood flow, and
Yep.
which is always going to be good for the healing process.
Yeah, straight up.
So.
Yeah, like my shoulder, when I first got in here, my shoulder was not feeling good, you know what I'm saying? But a couple months in, feeling great.
Feeling great
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
There you go.
And like, so I wasn't doing any like, I hurt my knee. I wasn't doing any like foam rolling or anything. But like last week, I was foam rolling again.
All right.
My knees
Feels
feel
way
a lot
better?
I'm like, hey, my calves aren't super tight. and
Weird how that
shit.
works.
Crazy. Like, I guess I'll just, just seeing. Let me see if not doing anything is going to help.
Right, yeah, for sure. It's funny when you notice that it's all interconnected.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Do you have any advice for any beginner fitness professionals that, may want to be the name of the game or, kind of follow the path you've trailed?
Well, I started in a big box gym, a Fitness Connection, which I do think has its value because a lot of those bigger gyms, they just feed you clients, right? Because that's when you get out on your own. That's the hardest part is finding new people, right? You got to know how to market. You got to know how to get out there and sell yourself.
Yeah.
So it's good to get your feet wet at a place where they're just like, here's a client, boom, train them. Okay, cool. I didn't have to work to get that person, but I can get my feet wet on the training and the coaching and getting them results. And then over time, you can build that. And you build your name up, right? Because you've trained a bunch of people at this point, and that's when you can say, okay, do I want to take the leap and work for myself?
Right.
Which is a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of work, but there's also freedom to that as well, right? You don't have somebody telling you what to do, where to be. But if you're a one-man show like me, you gotta be everywhere at all times.
But you gotta you gotta make sure you're where you need to be and be that self-start as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I know what that's like.
The goal here soon, starting next year is to just keep building until we can get some assistant coaches in here. We can get some, take some of the physical time off my plate to where I can focus more on the backside, the back end of the business.
Back into the business. No, I love that. Yeah, that'd be great, man. How do you feel about all the people are like seed oils are bad and shit like that?
Honestly, I don't keep up with that kind of stuff as much because I've always been kind of a proponent of intuitive eating, intuitive health.
Yeah.
And the more natural you can get stuff, the better it's going to be for you. But there's definitely supplements out there that can help you in all ways of fitness.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't, fully tested. They're more anecdotally tested.
Right.
But there are some that have been tested over the years, and they're safe and all that.
Do you take supplements at all, or?
Mostly just protein.
Protein.
Yeah, mostly just protein. I take like B vitamins, but
Right.
If you have like a well-rounded diet,
Yeah.
vitamins are really, your body's not going to use a whole lot of it.
Right.
I'm really just kind of a guy that's like, how can I fill in the little gaps, right?
Right.
That I'm not getting in my diet.
Yeah.
And
What's your diet like these days, anyway? You're looking pretty good, pretty solid, pretty thick.
Yeah. Pretty balanced.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely lead a balanced lifestyle. I try and keep it pretty clean during the weeks. And then that allows me to kind of go hang out with friends on the weekend,
Yeah.
go to the movies or whatever.
Yeah.
If I go to the movies, I'm getting peanut M&Ms. That's just happens. That's tradition, and that has to happen.
Yeah, totally.
But during the week, I'm kind of like a robot. I kind of eat the same. I'm one of those guys that as long as it's working, I can eat the same thing every day.
Right.
I've cooked the same omelet for like 15 years now for lunch.
Nice.
I go home every day. I cook the same omelet.
What is it? What's the kind of?
Three eggs, basically a cup of spinach, a cup of spinach leaves. Not the Popeye spinach. That'd be gross.
Oh, damn.
Cup of spinach leaves, probably half a cup of bell peppers,
Nice.
some chicken, or sometimes I'll have like ham or whatever, put that in there. And then I'll have avocado on top with some salsa verde. And it's like, choice.
Sounds fire.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Choice.
That's why
Nice.
I keep eating it.
Hell yeah.
It tastes bomb. It's very healthy.
Yeah.
Has a lot of different food groups in there.
Yeah.
It's not super carb heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's worked for me. So and then dinner I've been making like burritos, like kind of meal prep burritos at the beginning of the week, and then
Yeah.
they last the whole
Nice.
week. Yeah, and it's like that's been nice. I've been doing that for the last month.
Ooh.
And by time Friday, boom, ran out.
Yep.
Okay, good to go. They lasted me all week.
Yeah.
Okay, it keeps you in check because
Yeah.
you know what you're eating. That's one of the hardest things for people is
Yeah.
they get off work, they don't have anything prepped at the house, and now they're like, okay, do I want to cook?
Oh, man, yeah.
I'm tired.
Yep.
I'm just going to stop on the way home, right? That's
Uh-huh.
I mean, so many people fall into that trap, and
I need
that
meal
makes
prep, yeah.
oh, you got to meal prep.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people you got to meal prep if you want to stay on track.
Yeah, like when I can just go into my fridge and be like, dude, 3 minutes, boom.
Yep, exactly.
Ready. Cool.
Good to go.
It saves my ass a lot of times.
Don't have to think.
Don't have to think.
You're not wasting time.
You
You're
don't
not
have all
spending
that-
any extra money.
The decision fatigue alone. Like, what do I want to make?
Exactly. Exactly.
Now I got to turn on this shit. Yeah.
That's why I feel bad for people that like they get bored very easily with food.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that
Yeah.
would suck to
Oh.
have to eat something different like all the time.
Dude, that's like the story. My baby mama with the kids, man. They just suck, bro. They just
suck, bro.
They just don't care about her feelings at all. They're just like, make this for me. She'll make it, and they're like, I don't want this shit. Why did you make me make it? What the
Dude,
fuck?
that's jacked up.
Yeah, dude, I fucking.
Oh my God.
It's so annoying.
That's jacked up.
What's some of the biggest misconceptions about working out or staying healthy that you see floating around?
Maybe that just working out is gonna change your life. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally.
and that's why I think the community around you is just as big as the actual like fitness involved.
Yeah.
You know.
Totally agree.
Obviously, there's probably exceptions to that rule. There's probably people that are just solo lone wolves, and that's cool. But I think the fitness without the community aspect, you're missing a big piece.
Right.
Totally. And it's for most people, it's not going to last unless it's an activity that you truly are in love with. Then it's like, yeah, you can do it on your own, and you'll be fine.
Right.
But you're still missing the building of relationships with other people, which
Right.
Human connection is what we're built for.
Right.
So I think it's important.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's see. For people just starting their fitness journey, what advice would you give them?
Come see me.
Come to Apex.
People just starting, I would say, like I just referenced, start with something that you like to do. Start with something you enjoy. not everybody likes to come in and throw weights around. Some people like to go hiking. Some people like to do water sports or whatever. Find something that's active that you enjoy, because that's gonna make it more likely for you to stay on track.
Right.
Right. And then from there, you know, start dialing that diet in a little bit. You know, eating mostly healthy stuff, mostly natural stuff. That's those 2 steps right there. That's gonna make an immeasurable difference in your life already.
Yeah.
And then from there you can make, you know, some very specific fitness goals at that point. Like, hey, I want to lose this many pounds, or I want to gain this much strength on my lifts or whatever.
Right.
You know, then you can start getting specific. But if you're just getting into it, because people that start too fast, usually they get hurt.
Right.
You know, because they don't know what they're doing.
You know. I always recommend get a trainer. Like
get a coach.
If you ain't done this shit before, just get a trainer.
Get a coach.
Like, because you don't know what
you're doing.
You don't know what, like, legit. You don't know what you're doing. So like, just like having you, and like I've had another trainer or two before you or whatever, but you know, there's just like, bro, you need someone to kind of get you through the motions.
You need a guide. You need a guide, especially if you, like you said, if you've never done this before. You know, how many people out there never played sports growing up, never worked out growing up.
Yeah.
And then they start when they're an adult. They never really learned how to move properly. You know, they never learned those locomotor skills when they were in elementary school or whatever. And now they have kind of what I like to call rented body syndrome, where it looks like they're moving somebody else's body, right?
Right. They're in the rig with all the bands.
Exactly. You know, you tell them to squat and they just lay on the ground flat face. You know? And it's So people like that, they need to go extremely slow, and they need somebody to guide them for sure.
Right. Totally. You got any plans for the future of the gym? Do you see expansion or new programs, anything like that?
I've thought about expansion before, but my main goal here is just make this as good as possible first.
Nice.
Before thinking about expansion. You know,
Nice.
we want to finish all the details in the gym. And then once everybody's happy with everything, then it's like, okay, now do we want to open up a second location? You know, me and my brother have talked about opening a second location in another city, because he wants to retire in Phoenix. So that might be
in Phoenix.
He likes the heat, which is weird because he sweats more than I do. And he likes he likes the 115 degree weather somehow.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, we've talked about that before, because he's very business minded.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's smart.
And once he retires from the military, it's like, okay, what else? What am I doing now?
He always been a smart ass motherfucker.
Very smart.
Oh my goddamn.
Shout out Paul.
Yeah, shout out Paul.
Shout out Big Bro.
He was always reading like so fast. I'm like, bro, how'd you read so much when we were kids?
Oh, I did. You remember? I don't know if you remember this, but when he was like a freshman in high school, I remember him literally like taking like broken computers, tearing them apart, and building a new computer and selling it as like a freshman in high school, and it worked.
Wow.
And I'm just like, no.
That's sick.
I don't know how that's even possible.
Remember when I don't know how we made this happen, but in 6th grade we were able to play tackle football at recess.
Oh yeah.
Like do you remember how we even got to that point?
I don't think they allowed it.
I swear to God, they were like cool with it.
Weren't we over in the park next?
We were in the park next door.
Next door.
Amoni Park or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, they were like cool with it though. I remember them being like, "It's cool," like type shit.
I feel like I remember that too, but I do remember playing it, but I don't remember the details of the teachers being like, "Whatever, do whatever you want."
I feel like they were like, I remember them being cool with it, and then someone got hurt, and they're like, "Well, I guess I see how to tackle football."
Yeah, we can see that coming.
But I remember just like me and you would have the most fun out there.
Oh, dude.
And like
those were my best times.
Like I remember this one, I forget, like it was like the end of recess, like we were down like 3 points or some shit, right? And I remember just like throwing a fucking Hail Mary bomb your way, and you caught that shit, and it was like, yeah, I was like, what, dude? It was so fun. Greatest times. It was so fucking fun. Schoolyard football was awesome. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We used to tear it up. I would love to like, people would like underestimate me, and like I remember like, you know, after school playing with some of the bigger dudes and like tackle them, they get mad and shit. They're like, oh, this dude's fucking what? All right. As mad as you tackled him. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Good times. I remember trying to hit this one big motherfucker though, and he like, I'm like, fuck it. I tried to go after him. He's like, boom, and I'm like, way the fucking did a flip.
Did a flip.
And some more shit, bro.
Backflip.
So, like, as a gym owner, how do you manage your own fitness and mental health?
Well, luckily, I can work out, in the gym that I own because, I own it. So, luckily I can kind of fit my fitness in wherever I can.
Yeah.
And it makes it convenient because, right after my second class of the morning, I can get mine in because I'm already here, right?
Yep.
So that makes it easy. In terms of the mental, I'm basically a chicken with my head cut off right now. Just my days are nonstop from 4:30 in the morning till 8 at night.
Right. Oh,
so
wow.
There's no, when I'm not teaching class, I'm doing other things, programming, other business aspects. It's nonstop right now.
Heard that 100%. What do you love most about being a gym owner?
Man, we've referenced this, a couple times now, but just the people, people like you. Hey. I love meeting new people because every person has a very unique story.
Yeah.
And they have a very unique skill set and what they do. And just like you, people bring a lot of different things to the community.
Right.
And that is what builds a strong community and atmosphere, Nice. And I think it's so cool to just see all the different types of people come together with shared intentions in a gym environment.
Totally.
And these are people with different outlooks on life, different outlooks on politics.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They come in here, they got the same outlook here, and that's what matters. That's what brings them together. And I think a lot of people can see and solve a lot of differences between them and their comrades, in a space like this.
Right. Yeah. So like I seen like one of the homies is like bird watching, does hikes, got some school teachers, like just like a rapper
got
guy
ex-military,
thing.
got childhood friend rappers.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of people in here, which that's my favorite part is seeing people like that come together and just get to know each other really.
What's the most rewarding part of helping people reach their fitness goals?
Seeing the change. Yeah,
nice.
Seeing the change not only physically in their body but also in their performance. What their body can do.
Yeah.
For me, it's always been more about what the body can do rather than what the body looks like.
Yeah.
Like you can be very healthy and not have a standing six pack. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So most people don't have a shredded body because it takes.
That's a lot.
Well, it takes kind of an unbalanced, like I said, it takes kind of an unbalanced lifestyle to get that. Not saying it's bad if that's your goal, cool. But but you have to be a little bit more on one side of the strict spectrum in order to get that kind of result. So I'm more about what the body can handle, what kind of stress it can handle, what it can do in terms of performance. Mm-hmm. And so that's the most rewarding. Not only that, right, the physical performance part, but seeing the mental changes in people, seeing people that come in and they're scared to do a lot of things, and then they're here for 6 months, a year, and now they're doing box jumps when they were scared to even jump on a plate before. Or, now they're doing Olympic weightlifting because they were scared at first, but they tried a class and they actually fell in love with it, just like I did, So seeing the mental change and seeing the change, like you'll see people that were kind of, they would never really kind of push the envelope, push them outside of their comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And then over time you see that kind of erode away and you see them kind of pushing a little bit harder. Nice. And they're just getting mentally tougher, which I think is cool to see.
That is super cool to see. I know that's right.
Because that's gonna aid in the rest of your life. The tougher you are mentally, the more you can handle.
And I think just, coming here and, it just helps with the mental a lot. Because, like, if I don't go, I saw this thing today. It's like, you remember that panda commercial where he's just, like, fucking shit up? It's like
dude,
me
pandas are the funniest animals.
He's
of all
like
time.
me after 2 days of 2 rest days. Just like this panda just fucking everything up, like, fuck your shit. I'm like, yeah, I feel that, dude.
Yeah, pandas are hilarious.
I know you love them pandas. You know what? I know that, like, on some, fitness aside, I know you're like a cinephile, low key. You love the movies.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
I was just talking to my homie. Like I went to see Transformers 1 yesterday.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
Good. Okay.
Atron.
Atron.
You on Key and Peele, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, AA Tron, because Key's in there.
Key's in there? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a great cast.
Oh,
it's
nice.
a really good cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
AA Tron.
But like, and I was talking to my homie, so like you said your go-to snack is peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms.
I love peanut butter M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms. Got it.
I love peanut butter M&Ms as well, but my go-to movie snack is peanut M&Ms.
I love peanut M&Ms personally, yeah. Well, dude, mine is like, so I'm like, dude, I'm gonna ask them, I'm like, yo, have you done this, bro? The hot dog with all the fixins,
okay,
topped with popcorn. You ever done something like that?
I have not.
So good, bro. It's so good. It's so far. He's all.
How do you even eat that without it's spilling everywhere?
Dude, you just gotta be a fatty, dude. You just gotta be a fatty and go in, you know?
What I could see was you take a bite of the hot dog and then you take some popcorn. But putting it on top, that would be tough.
So like you just dunk that shit or whatever. You can sprinkle it on, dunk that shit,
you
whatever.
dunk it, whatever popcorn sticks, that's what you get?
You just blap, blap, blap. You know what I'm saying? And then my homie's like, what? Topped with popcorn? I'm like, you don't know about this, bro? And he's like, nah, man.
You didn't know how bad I was, bro?
Like, yeah, I was like, come on, dude. Because that's like my foodie homie, you know?
Right.
We be doing little food adventures and shit.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure you know about this. You gotta know about this. He's like, no, never. I'm like, what?
You gotta know about ice cream on the hot dog, bro. You gotta know about it. Don't tell me you haven't tried that.
You just dunk that shit in there.
Get a sip of the soda, bro, after you're fucking golden.
You gargle it, just
just having a ball, dude, you know? That's been my go-to treat, though, at the movies, was a fucking hot dog with some damn popcorn.
That's a very involved go-to.
Yeah. Dude, I go hard. And like at the Galaxy Theaters, they got the fire hot dogs. I'm like, yeah, let me get all that shit. Tomato,
everything
onion,
you got
relish,
in there, put it on the dog.
What else you got? Avocado, yeah.
What do you got in the back? Don't lie.
This shit was $10. Let me get all that shit in that I see in there, put it on there. Yeah. All
right.
that. And it's just the biggest fucking hot dog.
Until they're like, oh yeah, that's extra. You're like, you know what?
I'm like, really? Come on.
Come on.
I'm a
pickles,
movie
bro.
member. Come on.
I'm a member.
Yeah. But anyways, what kind of movies like got you into movies?
What kind of movies got me into movies?
Yeah. Is there like a moment where you were like, oh my god, I love movies? Like when
ever since I was a kid, you know, me and Paul, you know, my older brother, my dad would watch the older movies with us, you know, from the 80s and everything. 80s action movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably where it started,
right.
You know.
The
Rockies, the Predators, you know.
Yeah.
The Terminators. Terminator 2 is still one of my favorite movies for sure.
Yeah, you said that you'd be watching that still every year, at least, right?
Oh, dude. There's certain movies you have to watch once a year.
Yeah.
You know. Gotta watch the Terminators. Gotta watch my Matrix at least once a year.
Yep.
Inception's a newer one, but I try and watch that every year. It's, you know, certain movies I just love, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's got to be where it started. I love the character. I mean, that's probably ties into the, you know, why I like building relationships. You know, in movies and TV, you see character development. You see relationships being built. Right. So maybe that kind of ties in with it. You know, that's
nice.
Maybe that's part of my love of cinema. You know.
Nice. Do you like going to the movies? Like watching movies at the theater, like you prefer it that way?
For sure. Especially depending on the movie.
Right.
You know, certain movies, like, do you have to see it in theater? No. If it's like a regular, like, comedy or something, no, you could see that at home.
Right.
Especially nowadays, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, like, people's in-house setups now are, like, so much better than they used to be.
Right.
Whereas back when we were kids, your house did not compare to the movie theater.
Yeah, at all.
Like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like, you could have an 85-inch TV right in front of your face, surround sound in your house. So you got some pretty nice setups now, to where, depending on the movie, but if it's like you said, Transformers 1, I'm trying to see movies like that in the theater. Because you're going to get the full force, the full feel of it.
Yeah, and like, even before it started, they had this little thing with, like, Chris Hemsworth and Key, and I forget the other dude's name, but he's
Chris Hemsworth is in this one?
Yeah. Wow. He's Optimus Prime.
Oh, shit, okay.
Sick. No, but they're like, thanks for coming to the movie theater and watching the movie as intended.
Yeah,
and shit like that.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they had the same thing. I mean, I've seen that a bunch, but...
Oh, word?
You know, it's because I think there's a lot of people that are staying home now.
Yeah.
And they're trying to be like, hey, we really appreciate you coming to the theater because it really helps us, you know.
It helps us make more money.
Helps us stay employed, you know what I mean?
That helps keep my 20 mil a fucking movie paycheck going.
Exactly.
Do you have like a favorite genre of movies?
Favorite genre? Man, I love them all, honestly. I like the movies that are thought-provoking, but also have some like action in there. I mean, I like movies that are just well-rounded, you know?
Right.
I'm
Movies.
super emotional.
Yeah.
Which anybody that knows me knows that.
Yeah.
So
You'd be crying.
I'd be crying, dude.
I cried at fucking 2 tears at goddamn Transformers 1 at the end. I was pissed. I was like, ugh.
I used to joke with people when I was younger, dude. I used to cry at the end of Terminator 2, bro. When his hand comes out the lava, and he's like, I'm like, bye, dude. I mean, well-rounded movies, but even dumbass comedies like Step Brothers, love that, dude.
Love those, yeah.
Yeah, so I like all kinds of movies.
Nice.
I'm an equal opportunity movie lover.
Nice. What about, do you have a favorite movie you've seen this year? What comes to your mind?
Oh, this year would be Dune 2 for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Nice. That's pretty good.
That's already on my top 10 of all time.
What? That's what's up. Me
Yeah.
and this will saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All
Yeah,
right.
How's it going?
All right. Well, let me see if I can do it right this time. I'm right here with Jeff Baker, owner of Apex Training, childhood homie of mine. And we cashing out.
Are we supposed to dance? Or
Low-key. That's how I did it. It's the only second time we done it.
we cashing out.
But last time I said cashing out like 3 times. This one kept coming out. He's like, bro.
You're like, we cashing in. Like, bro.
Like, God, can you do it right? You fuck.
We got to cash out before we cash in, okay?
All right. So we're just going to ask a bunch of questions here. A little rapid fire, kind of.
Rapid fire.
Got all that shit in your mouth.
Right?
Yeah, sorry.
Can't hear what the hell you're saying. That's fine.
Sorry, Jim Reeves, not for us. All right. Least favorite word.
Least favorite word?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Quit? Huh?
Ooh, hey. That's a good one. I like that. I haven't heard that one yet. Favorite word.
Favorite word? Bamboozled?
Bamboozled.
That's a fun word.
Bamboozled. Run amok.
There you go. Well, I don't know, is that one word?
Well,
I think run amok is more of a
The
phrase.
Malcolm X. You've been bamboozled. Run amok.
Okay.
Well, then I think of Dave Chappelle where he's like, we ain't land on Sherwood Forest. Sherwood Forest landed on us. Well, it's Plymouth Rock, really. But I mean, I know the real one, too.
Right.
Dave Chappelle's great.
Robin Hood. Men in Tights.
Yep. Yeah, you know what's up. I love that movie. That's one of my movies that I
Really?
just go to. Yeah, I'll try to
Yeah.
watch that once a year because it's hilarious. Favorite curse word?
Favorite curse word? You're going to make me curse on this? Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to beat the F word, dude. It just has the... You remember I don't know if you remember old school Dane Cook.
Has all the meanings or whatever.
Well, he says he's like, man, you just can't beat the word fuck, dude.
Yeah.
It has the and the and the
Nice.
So he's like, you can't beat a good F bomb for sure.
For sure. What turns you on?
What turns me on? Man.
Man, huh?
Movies.
I turned them on, boom. Now I'm
They
turned
turn
on.
me on.
There you go. I get that.
No, I mean people that are driven, you know.
Nice.
People that are driven, and like I like to lead a balanced lifestyle. Same with them, you know.
Yeah.
Because then you know that not only are they going to work towards their goals, but they're also going to let their hair down and allow themselves to have fun and everything.
Right. Nice.
So,
What turns you off?
smoking,
Nice.
cigarettes,
Specifically.
cigarettes specifically.
Yeah. Crack, whatever.
Meth, whatever, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. Cigarettes, though, nah.
No, in this day and age, though, you know, a lot of people
I
smoke
know
weed.
some.
I got nothing against that, but cigarettes, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
The smell has always bugged me.
What about vapes?
Not as much because the smell is,
Right.
you know, is not as noticeable.
It's kind of nice. This girl was trying to tell me, yeah, I'll be vaping. It makes my pussy taste like the vape. I'm like, bitch, no, it doesn't.
That is false.
I'm like, let me see. Let me try. Let me let you know if that's...
Maybe Brett, chime in there. Is that true?
Right, is it? Like, I don't think so.
Medically speaking.
I feel like I did try and... My bad. I'm so inappropriate. What would your warning label say if you had one?
Warning, takes things too far.
Yeah.
Far too often.
Nice.
My wife can tell you about that.
Oh, nice. I like that. You know what? Speaking of your wife, I liked your proposal.
Appreciate it.
Pretty cool.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Back in the mannequin challenge days.
It was good. It was so good.
That was fun.
It's like it was like Topsies for me.
That was fun. That was a good party.
Do you got a favorite movie star?
Jack Nicholson, he's up there. Anthony Hopkins up there.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people hate on him, but Tom Cruise, my opinion, great actor.
Nice.
Yeah.
My favorite role of his is Tropic Thunder.
Dude.
So fucking funny.
And that just shows that range, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Dude,
but there's a lot of new actors coming up too that are really good. You know, like I said, Dune 2.
Yeah.
The main actor for that one.
Atreides or whatever.
Timothy Chalamet or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a good
Timothy
actor.
Chalamet.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those Marvel movies?
I would say they're hard to follow if you haven't seen them all.
Right.
So, and there's just so freaking many of them now.
It's hard to, like, you got to start from the beginning. And,
It's hard. I wish they would come out less frequently.
right.
Like, when they're coming out like 3 or 4 a year, I'm like, okay, dude, it's like, let's pump the
We
brakes
get
a
it.
little bit.
You want some money. We get it. All right.
It's hard when there's 900 superheroes, I think.
Up until the Endgame, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I did really like the Avengers movies, for sure.
Something you would change about the world?
Homelessness and hunger. I mean, those are the two biggest problems we have, obviously.
Nice. What song would you play every time you walked into a room?
I don't know. My favorite song ever is Jukebox Hero by Foreigner, so that'd be a good one. Nice. I always thought it would be funny, like for a UFC fighter to have a walkout song.
Yeah.
But the walkout song was like "It's Raining Men," so to really kind of throw their opponent off, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Maybe they're coming out in like a pink Speedo or something.
Oh, nice.
And the opponent's just like, I don't know if I want to fight this person. So, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. A walkout song.
Nice. If you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
Keep your friends close, you know? Keep your friends close. Do what you can for them. There were probably times where I would put, you know, and a lot of people get caught up in this. They'll put a new relationship, and that's like all they think about now. So their friends kind of fall by the wayside for a little while. I wish I would have done less of that. And, yeah, and, you know, not put a new girlfriend as top priority in my life over like the friends that have been there for years, you know.
Right.
But it's hard to do, you know. Love hits you hard, and you know.
You're like, nah, man. I've been with her for 6 weeks. I'm with her forever.
Exactly,
dude.
She's
the
my
best thing
forever,
ever.
bro.
We've been through a lot.
Exactly. So yeah, young love is pretty stupid.
Last question: if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I don't know, maybe like "well done."
Well done, sir.
Well done, sir.
Good form.
Good form.
Good form, Baker. Nice.
Man.
All right. Well, where can people find the gym and follow updates, all that?
Gym on IG at Apex Gym NV. Website is apexgymnv.com.
Yep.
Obviously, we're located at right off Mill and Gregg, 2697 Mill Street, right next to the water at GSR, just far enough to where the golf balls won't hit you.
Yep. Unless you get Happy Gilmore in there or something.
That's true. If you get a long drive, champ, I don't know. But yeah, come see us. Come hang out. You can shoot me an email on the website, or you can DM us on IG. I'm at Hefe all day. That's the personal one.
Yep.
So follow along. You know?
Nice. And then, is there any upcoming events or promotions you want to talk about?
Well, I host a big competition every year. This is the 4th annual. It's called The Unknown, and that's coming up next week. Mm-hmm. And that's inside this big fitness expo called the Legion Sports Fest. So if you follow them as well, follow at Legion Sports Fest. Follow at Center Podium. They're the guys that put it on. They put on a great show. Come get a ticket. Come check us out. They host like 10 different sports inside the Reno Sparks Convention Center. So it's a huge space, and it's super fun. And this is our 4th year, and we're doing a fitness competition in there.
Nice.
Next week, and that's Saturday and Sunday, basically from 9 to like 3 or 4. So
nice.
So yeah, if you guys want to come see that, that'd be awesome.
Nice. Well, shit. Appreciate all your, appreciate the camaraderie over the years. Appreciate you, doing all this, letting us come in here and, do this podcast with you. And
put the cup down.
he's like, get the shit the fuck out of here. But yeah, and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah, but that's it.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There it is.
Let's go. Good.